up with conditions. And if I find that you play with us again, you're going to end up in orange and you'll stay there. Understand a couple things, sir. Number one, that this charge is going to go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life and you can never take it off. What that means is that whenever you get pulled over now, in the future, an officer, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to look at your record. They're going to see that you have a prior DWI. What do you think they're going to do if they come up to you and they smell alcohol on you? No.
Oh, no.
Shoot again. What do you think they're going to do? That's what's probably going to happen. Right. What we're doing today, from now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. No more proverbial slaps on the wrist. What's more is you're on felony probation for a is it a third degree? It's a third degree, right?
Yes, Judge.
There's only so many times that they're going to let you slip before they put your butt into prison. What do you think they would do to you in prison? Do you have any clue what they would do to you? It's your worst freaking nightmare. It's worse than that. And you're literally. If you have a problem with drugs or alcohol, you better address it before the felony court gets involved and really takes your life for a spin. Because there are only, like I said, there's only so many chances they're going to give you before they light your butt up and just throw you into prison. Once that happens, your life is all but over. Anytime you have a felony conviction on your record, your life is all but over. It'll be nearly impossible to get a good job. No one hires felons, potentially lose the right to vote. It is a very bad thing. So you're telling me that they're going to continue him on supervision upstairs?
The whole deal was, as long as we pled to something here, and they were going to continue him upstairs. And we just wanted to get it done before he has court on Wednesday. We were just waiting for videos to come in, so we reviewed everything.
So you have to understand, you're on felony probation. You plead to this case, it's very possible they revoke your probation, put you in prison. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement, Mr. Osorio. You give up the right to a trial, the right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty to this offense, like I said, it'll go on your record. You can never take it off. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You know, we all make mistakes, right? But the idea is that you learn from your mistakes and you don't continue to endanger other people's lives. There is a $3,000 surcharge that is usually tacked on when someone pleads guilty to the DWI. I'm going to waive it now, but I'm going to tell you on the second offense, you're looking at a $6,000 surcharge, not to mention court costs. So get ready. You pick up another DWI. It's really going to go south. Do you understand?
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
I am going to suspend your license for 180 days. Do not drive until you get a license. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty, send you to the agreement. Good luck to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
You got it. All right, we are done.
Oh,
Morning, Mr. Ellis.
Good morning.
Look on the TV. Who's that?
That's not my.
That's right. She's here because she cares about you. She don't want to see you just sit there and rot and languish in there. You know, we all do. But the way that things have been going lately, it's not well. And I'll tell you, Mr. Ellis, that with the facts of the case, the way they were, he's lucky he didn't get shot. Because I can tell you plenty of times that people in that exact position, they end up shot, they end up dead. Once that happens, I mean, there's just no coming back. You have to make wiser decisions. So what do you suggest?
I suggest, but based on speaking with Ms. Ellis and Ms. Dalcourt, they're going to be very instrumental in making sure he abides by his conditions. I suggest that we give him a PR bond, and then they're going to be instrumental. I will be in contact with both of them. I've been texting them all weekend. They're very responsive. So I'll be even in contact with them both if we can get him a PR bond.
Mr. Ellis, you have 2 strikes against you now. You get a third. I'm not going to play this game with you again. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Mom, is he supposed to be taking any kind of medication? Do you know?
Yes. Yeah, he should have it with him. That's where he was coming from because I took him to get a mental checkup,
Okay.
and he was going back and forth on his own. I didn't have to take him. He was being responsible. They were upgrading his medicine at the time. So he should have his medicine with him now. He needs to take it, and that's the thing.
Has he been taking it though? Do you know that?
He's been taking it, but not as much as he wasn't taking it every day. But I know now since he went on his own to get it upgraded, he's going to take the medicine.
When you take the medication, good things happen. The problem is that people, they start taking it, they feel good, and then say, oh man, I feel great. I don't need this anymore. And that's when things start devolving into complete chaos. You take it and you continue to take it. And that's when good things happen. You need to understand that if you have too much time on your hands, you become self-destructive. This is what we want to prevent. And this is why you need to keep yourself occupied. Your brain needs stuff to do. It can't just sit there and do nothing all day because it craves things to do. And when you don't, that's when you start thinking of bad things. You start hanging out with bad people. You start doing bad things. No. I will give you a chance, but I'm going to load you up with conditions. And if I find that you play with us again, you're going to end up in orange and you'll stay there. Because as you see, there's no one that's going to bond you out. Do you understand? The first condition is that you take your medication every single day. The next thing is that I'm going to give you a curfew. I don't want you out in the middle of the night. Nothing good happens in the middle of the night, and I don't want you out. Do you understand? Number 3, you must get a job or get into school full time so that you have something to do. You need to develop a trade, a skill, get knowledge. That way you go somewhere 20 years from now, because your mom's not going to be here for the rest of your life. What's going to happen when she's gone? Your girlfriend, she may not be there for the rest of your life as well. You need to be able to depend on yourself so that you have money. Do you understand? So get a full-time job, curfew. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you back in 2 weeks and I want to see what you have done. I'm not going to just reset you just to reset you. I'm going to bring you back a lot to make sure that you're in compliance. And the first time you're not, you stay with me. You understand? Okay, curfew 10 p.m. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol, and I'm going to test you. If I find that you're smoking weed, likewise, you're just going to stay with me. You are on bond for a terroristic threat, and now you've picked up a new case. You now stand charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated. First offense, it's over a .15, so you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Alex, do you mind? This is Proctor, please. Yes, Judge. The new case, the DWI.
On January 24th, 2025, the officer was dispatched to a vehicle accident on Conklin Lane, Harris County, Texas. The officer observed the defendant's vehicle stuck in grass, and the officer made contact with the defendant, the driver, and sole occupant. The defendant stated he was going fast and lost control because he hydroplaned. However, the officer observed no water or ice on the road. The officer observed glossy eyes in the defendant's one eye, slurred speech, and a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage. The defendant stated he was on his way home from NRG as he was at a rodeo event. The defendant stated he drank 2 beers and standard field sobriety tests were administered, HGN 3 out of 6, and the walking turn was unable to be performed due to equilibrium being off from the defendant only have one eye. The one-leg stand was started, but the defendant stated he could not do the test 20 seconds as the test had already been started. The defendant read the DIC and consented a breath. The results were .161 and .155.
All right, Mr. Proctor, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with a new case. We have not addressed the old case, correct, Mr. Pons?
No, sir.
Okay. Because you're on bond, you picked up a new case. I'm now revoking your bond on the first case. Goes with you. The bond is set at $5,000 now, James. I usually, when it's Yeah, would you raise it up to 5,001 now because it's 5,000? I guess I'll do half and I'll do it 7,501.
Okay. I was hoping maybe on the probable cause issue first.
Oh, tell me if you have an argument. I'm all.
Well,
for
it's
it.
got one eye, so the tests are off. So all you have is him just saying I had 2 beers as probable cause of intoxication.
But that's not. I mean, you take it as a totality. There's all the other.
Your Honor, respectively, they observe HGN in the one eye, the 3 other, and that
I don't think
they
you can
still
do that.
have the odor, and they still have his statement being that he drank 2 beers, and then also his refusal to do the test, and then as well as
You have an accident.
and the strong odor of an alcoholic beverage.
I mean, you have a
So
breath test it's twice over the legal limit as well, allegedly. So, I mean, I think that there's enough to go forward for probable cause purposes. Beyond a reasonable doubt, I don't know, but I think there's enough. It goes with you.
Well, he's got one eye, so I got to at least try.
I got it. I understand. And look, I wouldn't take credence in that test anyways.